Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go right to our special meeting. Welcome, everybody. This is a special meeting of the Mason County Commission on Monday, December 6th, which is in regards to the hearing. We're going to begin with our roll call, please.
Commissioner District 1, Brandy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Next up is our Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Schutte, would you do us the honor of leading us in the pledge, please?
Sure, Mr. Chair. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open. This is a public hearing to consider the adoption of the 2022 budget for the Mason County in the total amount of $174,046,788. The total general fund is $62,188,434, and the total other funds are $111,858,354. And we're going to go ahead and move into staff. Jennifer Beierle.
Thank you, commissioners. This public hearing is to consider adoption of the 2022 budget for Mason County, as you just stated, pursuant to RCW 3640-071 and resolution number 111-85. This hearing is to be held on the first Monday in December. Copies of the 2022 preliminary budget were made available to the public on November 22nd, 2021 on our Mason County website. A balanced budget must be adopted by December 31st. Changes to the 2022 proposed budget from the draft on the website on November 22nd include in emergency management, and that's in Fund 001, Department 050. One training and exercise coordinator FTE position was added during the November 22nd commissioner briefing. So the change includes $76,692, and it's now included in the 2022 proposed budget expenditures. Other changes include the property tax levy resolutions. Now the property taxes match the resolution amounts. So the first change is in Fund 001, the General Fund, Department 260 for the treasurer. The property tax in the budget was $11,546,496, and we reduced that by $214,672. So it's now $11,331,824. And the second change is in Fund 105 for County Road. Property tax was $9,048,298. We increased it by $130,702, so it's now $9,179,000. In Fund 164, mental health tax, property tax was $240,000. We reduced that by $18,864 to $221,136 to match the levy resolution. Fund 190, veterans assistance, property tax was $137,522. We increased it by $518 to $138,040. Any questions on those changes?
Any questions, commissioners? I see none.
Okay, great. So I'm going to move into the two options for the recommended action. Option 1, move to adopt the 2022 budget in the total amount of $174,046,788. The general fund is $62,188,434, and the total other funds are $111,858,354. And the general fund, the $62,188,434, is broken down as follows. The beginning fund balance is estimated at $21,500,000. The total revenues are $40,688,434 for the total amount of $62,188,434. For the expenditures, the salaries and benefits are estimated at $29,889,408. Operating $13,670,439, and total estimated ending fund balance $18,628,587 for total expenditures of $62,188,434. For the other funds, the beginning fund balances are estimated at $36,962,796. Total revenues are estimated at $74,895,558 for the total revenue and beginning fund balance estimate of $111,858,354. On the expenditures for the other funds, the salaries and benefits are estimated at $13,444,962. Operating is estimated at $71,122,837. And ending fund balances are estimated at $27,290,555 for total expenditures and ending fund balance estimated at $111,858,354. So again, option one is move to adopt the 2022 budget in the total amount of $174,046,788. The general fund is $62,188,434, and the total other funds are $111,858,354. Or option two, close public comment and continue the hearing to December 21st, 2021 at 9:15 a.m. to consider adoption of the 2022 budget. Any questions?
Jennifer, if I'm not mistaken, there's also a third. They can pass it for a lower number, but can never pass it for a higher number than what was advertised.
Yes, that.
Just wanted to let the commission know that that is out there. I hope we don't. I hope we keep it simple. Other than that, we have two of them that are in front of us. With that, that is the completion of her presentation. Do you have questions for staff regarding the presentation?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just a quick question for Jennifer. Jennifer, just if you mentioned it and I missed it, I apologize, but could you just reiterate the county's reserve policies and how this meets those policies?
Yes, I did not mention that, but the $21,500,000 includes our reserves. So we have the accrued leave reserve in the budget is $347,742, and that's based on 3 years prior actuals. The equipment reserve is $932,475, and that is what we have budgeted for the vehicles. The technology reserve, $264,295, and that is what we had budgeted, I believe it was last year, for any technology replacement. So anything that's budgeted to a 35 object code, which would be a small tool or minor equipment. And the contingency reserve is $1 million. And then the operating reserve is $10,044,540. And that the operating reserve is 25% of our prior year's actual expenditures in the general fund. And the unassigned beginning fund balance is $8,910,948. And so that brings us to a total beginning fund balance of $21,500,000. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions from the commission for staff regarding the presentation? Hearing none, I will now ask, is there anybody in the public who would like to ask a question of staff regarding the presentation that was given? This is not an opportunity to testify. This is just your opportunity to ask staff a question that may clarify something that was said in the presentation. With that being said, if you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. And I see none. So if you would like, unmute yourself, say your name, and I will call on you. If you'd like to ask a question of staff, unmute yourself, say your name, and I will call on you, or raise your hand. Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close this aspect of the hearing and move into public testimony. Is there any public who would like to testify regarding our budget? If you'd like to testify, please raise your hand or unmute yourself, say your name, and give me an opportunity to call on you. If you'd like to testify, raise your hand or unmute yourself, say your name, and I will call on you. A third and final time, unmute yourself, say your name, and I will call on you if you'd like to testify on this issue, or you can raise your hand. I see none, and so I will close public testimony and move to commissioner deliberation and or motion.
Mr. Chair, just a clarification. Do we receive any written correspondence from the public as testimony?
Mackenzie, can you hear us?
We did not receive any correspondence.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, with that, Mr. Chair, I would move to adopt the 2022 budget in the total amount of $174,046,788. The general fund is $62,188,434, and the total other funds are $111,858,354.
I will second that.
It has been moved and seconded for the adoption of the 2022 budget in the total amount of $174,046,788. The general fund is $62,188,434, and the total other funds are $111,858,354. So it's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments, questions, or anything further before we move on to a vote?
Just a quick comment from me, if I can jump in there.
Please.
Everybody has worked so hard on this budget, and I appreciate all the time. I mean, every department head. Jennifer, you are amazing, and you've truly helped me understand. If I had any questions, you were there to answer them. So I just want to let everyone know how much I appreciate you and all of our department heads and electeds. It seemed to run pretty smoothly this year, so I appreciate all of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other comments?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I would echo those words of gratitude from Commissioner Trask. This is, we are obviously still living through a somewhat unprecedented time, and it was really uplifting to see the collaboration between departments throughout the budget process. And that says a lot about Jen and her team, and just being able to manage that and us, frankly, throughout that whole thing. And so just I'm glad to be able to get this done on time, on budget. And if we hear some champagne popping on the other side of the office today, we'll know it's well deserved.
And managing us was the hardest part. I will agree.
Usually is.
My comment is the same. Although it looks effortless to the public this year, I can assure you in all the years that I've been here, there was a lot of pieces that had been missing this year that had never been missing in this particular way. And the reason why it went through as seamlessly as possible is because Jennifer Beierle stepped up and took on those tasks. And she had to rearrange that backpack to hold that load quite a few times, especially because we kept putting more on it. So with that, a special thank you on behalf of myself and all the county, Jennifer, because literally it did not go unnoticed the extra burden you had to take on for the different departments. Wonderful job. We'll get you your Wonder Woman, Superwoman cape after this is all over with.
Well, thank you. We have an amazing team here.
Yes,
We
you do.
really do.
So with that, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries and the hearing is closed. So commissioners, right now we're way ahead of schedule. I see Patsy Robinson's on here. Is there something that would you like to give her an opportunity now, or do you want to just come back at 10? She may not even be able to, but before I ask her, I want to ask you. Do you want to give her that opportunity or come back at 10?
I'm good rolling now if she's good.
Okay, Patsy, are you available now and prepared to do your briefing? If not, that's okay, and we will schedule you for 10.
No, I'm fine. The judge is still on the bench. I got to move my camera a little here. The judge is still on the bench, but
I think this is an easy one. What was it? You guys are too young, but there was a show that had Max Headroom in it. We kept glitching, but go ahead.
I don't know why it's doing that. I apologize. I'm briefing on the language interpreter reimbursement program.
Yep.
We submitted it for last year, and this year they've increased it to $13,863. We did receive the contract, so they are approving that for the district court for language reimbursement. I'm just asking that you sign off on the contract and we'll move forward.
Or that we put it on the agenda for.
Put it on the agenda for sign, yeah.
Okay. Now, there is no urgency on this, correct? It can wait until the next general meeting?
Correct.
Okay. Commissioners, any comments or questions?
I am supportive.
Okay, we have 3 in support. We will put it on the agenda for our, not tomorrow, but for our next regular meeting of the commission.
Perfect.
All right, is there anything else for us, Patsy?
That was all I had for you today.
Okay, do we have anything for Patsy? Hearing none, thank you very much, Patsy. Have a beautiful day.
You too. And I want to echo the compliments on Jennifer. She's amazing. So good job.
Okay, thank you. So with that, Mark, would you like to wait or are you prepared to move forward too?
I think we can jump right in and go for it. I'm finding where I'm at on the agenda right now. So.
Okay, Diane, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because I see you're the first one. I'll wait.
We're ready?
Nope. Well, Mark will tell us when he's ready and.
Okay. So I think the commissioners, you're aware that Wes Stockwell submitted his letter of resignation effective the 1st of January. So pursuant to the Washington State Constitution, the commissioners need to solicit from the Mason County Democratic Party, because that's the party Wes was part of, 3 nominees to consider to appoint to fill the vacancy. So I have a letter I'm asking the commissioners to sign to the Democratic Central Committee of Mason County.
Yes, and maybe we should have this on tomorrow's agenda.
That's what I was going to ask if I can add it to that so we can get this out.
Commissioners, do you have any problem with putting this on tomorrow's agenda?
I'm good both ways.
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm good with putting it on tomorrow's agenda as well.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
I have a question on this though. Although the resignation isn't finalized till the 31st, we know that through the letter that the duties have begun right now. Should we be talking about some type of special pay for this employee at this point? Regardless, they have to run the whole thing now. So out of class, has anybody considered that? Can we do that? Can we get that on the agenda tomorrow if everybody agrees to that? I think I'm asked. I don't know.
I would be, if it's allowable and doable, I would be supportive of that, and I'd rather handle it on the 7th rather than the 21st.
Okay, Commissioner Trask, you feel
Yeah,
the
that
same?
makes perfect sense to me.
So Mark, as you're acting HR, can you make that happen for tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Okay, then that's what we will do. Next.
So next we have the deletion of funds 404 and 405, and this is just a formality to officially delete these funds as they're now obsolete. They were created a long time ago to serve as different functions. 404 was the North Bay Sewer Utility Reserve Fund, and we now it was created to pay a loan out of the North Bay, but that is now paid out of North Bay directly, as it should be properly. And Fund 405 was originally the Wastewater System Development Fund, and it was created to set up the utilities. And so that, since the utilities are already set up, we don't need it anymore. So I would like permission to place this on the December 21st consent agenda to officially delete these funds.
Any issue with that, commissioners?
Done with me, supportive.
Good here as well.
Perfect, thanks.
Mhm. You have anything else to come before us, Mark?
I do not, sir.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for staff?
Don't.
Do we have any commissioner discussion?
I don't.
I have one.
Yes, please.
I see Christmas in Commissioner Schuete's office. Can you go put up my tree too?
Sure. Yeah. Is it in your office, or do you have to like go swing by your house and pick it up first, or is it in your office?
It's in my office.
Okay.
And for me, it's in my heart at all times.
No.
The spirit of
That's great.
Christmas lives on in you, Commissioner.
It does. I love Christmas. Well, if you'll see my Zoom pictures, I've got a big old blow up Christmas character there with me. So that brings us to the end of this part. Then my next question is, can we call Dave Windom and ask him to come in early? I was going to try and text him, but can we see if he can maybe be here in 9:40?
I will give him a call right now.
Okay, and Commissioner Trask and everybody else good with that?
I am.
Commissioner Trask, do you need to go?
Please stay on just a sec. Hey, commissioners, I have Dave Windom on the phone. Do you want him to wait till 9:40 or pop on now?
Do you want to pop on now? If we can pop on now, that'd be better if they're prepared.
Are you prepared? Okay. Thank you. But so he's going to get his team on pretty soon. It'll be just maybe a couple minutes.
I should have asked the other commissioner first before I said that I'm prepared. Commissioners, are you okay with that?
Good.
Good.
I wouldn't know what to do if you said no anyway now.
Yeah. Commissioner Trask, don't miss your opportunity though to bail if you have to.
Yes, Commissioner Trask, we definitely completely understand, and you did a spectacular job and showed great effort to make sure that you were here for this today. We understand where you're at, what's happening, and we want to thank you for making the time. But if you need to go, it's okay.
I'm doing pretty good. My only concern is if I fall off my chair, and it's not because I'm on vacation. It's because we have 21-mile-per-hour winds here.
Wow.
And it's rocking pretty good. So if you see me fall off my chair, it's not because I've been drinking, honestly.
Well, what time is it where you're at?
It is 12:30.
So you're good to go anyway.
Yeah.
No, I will stay on as long as I can.
Okay.
But thank you for asking.
And if you don't mind, Diane, can you get a hold of the others and see if they can move up real quick also? You have Juvenile Superior Court, Jim, and you have Public Works.
Yes, I'm calling them now, and I've got Loretta, so I'll call Jim.
You are awesome, but we all know that already.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we got people coming on.
Okay.
I think Marissa should be on here shortly. I can start off if you're ready.
Yep, go ahead. We are ready. We'll go ahead and move into community development. And Marissa, just so you know, has joined, but we can go ahead and start with you, please.
Okay, well, we're going to start off with me then with the interlocal agreement for fire investigation services.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about this before. This is an ongoing contract. This is just renewal and with updated language for your signature block, Commissioner. So this is something we do every 2 years on a biennium basis. This covers the investigations of fires and the training and materials that necessary for the Fire Chiefs Association to do that for us.
I'm supportive of moving forward, commissioners.
As well.
You have 3 that are supportive of moving forward and putting on the next agenda, not tomorrow's.
Okay, will do. Next up, we have Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
Morning, commissioners. So the item I have for you is the SMP competitive grant. I believe Kel talked to you about it back in August 30th. So we applied for that grant, and then we just got the initial award email, not the formal one, but they did authorize $50,000 grant to us for SMP user guide project. And I'm just here hoping that we can put it on the action agenda for December 21st to get your authorization to accept that $50,000.
Thank you, Marissa. Commissioners, are you good?
I'm good.
We will do as you ask and place it on the agenda for the 21st. I think you said it was. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you. Next up.
Okay, so I don't think Lydia's on yet. I don't see her, so I will go ahead and brief this.
Okay.
So back in May of this year, we canceled a contract that was becoming very burdensome with the administrative costs were becoming more than 50% of the cost of the grant. So we canceled that. We applied for a new grant through CDC, and this is notice of award for that grant is $77,673 a year for 5 years. So this money replaces the money for that work. It was doing substance training through, this is Abe's position, the position Abe is working in just now. So this is just a notice of our federal award. So
the only thing required of us is tell you thank you.
yeah, that's it.
Yep. Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent. Do you have anything else for us, Dave?
No, Commissioner Trask, I'm just so jealous. Although the 50-foot waves and things, that's probably not so much.
Yeah, I know. I was jealous until she told us that story that I was done. Commissioner Schutte, are you comfortable with this and thankful like we are? No. Hi, Lydia. We're already thankful to you. Thank you.
Sorry, I had a COVID thing this morning. Had to take care of.
That's okay. We got it all briefed. It's all good. We appreciate everything you've done on that.
Okay.
All right. So do we have anything else for Dave? Hearing none. Dave, you have nothing more for us either then?
Oh, we talked at Area Command this morning about Omicron and what we're anticipating there, what we're talking about there. So just a whole lot of unknowns. There's just a lot out there that's not clear yet. How severe it is. Is it more severe than Delta? We don't know. More transmissive, possibly. So we're just following that. We do have 3 cases here in Washington, 1 in Pierce, 1 in King, and 1 in Thurston County. So it's here, folks, and we'll just be dealing with it as it goes. We're looking to some changes probably in quarantine standards. So as soon as those are out, we'll get those out to county HR.
I don't see Jim on here. Can you take another moment and let them know what the stance that our doctor took on behalf of the county?
Oh yeah, so Friday was an interesting day, and we had Dr. Gardner and I had the same opinion with the health officers meeting. One of the proposals was on Omicron to quarantine everyone. So if you have a positive case, anyone exposed to that positive case would be quarantined regardless of their vaccination status. And we felt that wasn't, that's not how we've done all of the rest of COVID. And it didn't seem like it was a wise move, especially based on the lack of data that we have. And by the time we see it, and by the time you do that PCR testing and go through that process that takes several days, it's already gone. It's out there. So Dr. Gardner pushed back on that. She was the only health officer in the state that pushed back on that. And we'll see what happens as far as state recommendations going forward, but definitely expect a shortening of quarantine times, just across the board. So the 14-day is probably going to go to a 10-day, and we should see something coming out of DOH and the governor's office about that. I would imagine maybe by the end of the week, depending on what Omicron does. So, I mean, everything is in flux at this point. We're just kind of seeing what happens.
Any questions for Dave? Again, I see Jim has joined us. Thank you so much, Dave, and Lydia and all your staff. Please have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You
All
too.
right. Good morning, Jim. We're going to go ahead and move over to you if you're ready to take the ball here.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, it's kind of a scrambling type morning, so I'm on a different computer here. So we've got a few different things for the courts. First and foremost, I was looking to see if Jamie Bailey is on.
Yes, she's on.
Oh, she is. Okay.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. There you are. I don't know if you guys had officially met Jamie yet, but I did want to introduce her. I'm sure you guys have heard her name. This is Jamie Bailey, and she's now our detention manager and has been with the county for, well, I don't know, Jamie, you can probably say, is it 20 plus years, right? Yeah. And so anyways, and so our first thing that we want to brief today is about a couple vacant detention officer positions. And so I wanted Jamie to be on and a part of this so she can see kind of how this goes. We've got a male and a female fully funded position that's already captured in the budget that we've had 2 people leave that we'd like to open those positions up and get them filled as soon as we can, so we can get back to normal staffing over there.
So clarification, both these positions are already in the budget, already budgeted, and are just an empty hole at the moment until filled, correct?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Commissioners, you good with allowing them to fill those positions? I have nods all the way around. You are good to go, Jim.
Awesome. Okay, and so now we've got 2 different contracts to go over briefly, and Tim Whitehead has already looked at these and given his okay. The first one is for our interpreter and language access programs, and so we've gotten this in the past, and it's basically $7,862 for reimbursement for interpreter services. That doesn't cover all of our interpretation that we do, but it sure does help. And so I would just ask that we are able to move this onto the action agenda later on this month.
Okay, so budget impact is 7,862 additional revenue.
Additional revenue, yes.
Commissioners comfortable?
I am.
Okay, yep, Jim, you're good.
Great. And let me see what the other one was. I believe it was the there it is. Okay, so this one is our Title 4D funding, which is comes with the state, with DSHS doing our Division of Child Support reimbursement for court commissioner costs. And with these are 5-year contracts, and for all the time that the court spends doing child support payments during our hearings, we get to be reimbursed for that. Last year was $11,800, and we anticipate that the first of the 5 years of this is going to be $11,800. We haven't found out from the state yet what that's going to be, even though this contract essentially starts on the 1st of July of this year. But you guys know kind of how that stuff goes, and every year it changes a little bit. But again, 11,800 last year. Anticipate that for this upcoming year, and again, just ask that we are able to move this forward to the action agenda later on this month.
So on this one, I want to just verify something. I see that you CC'd Tim Whitehead, but has Tim actually looked at it and waved off on it? Because commissioners. He has?
Yes, he has. I'm sorry. This was a cut and paste from an earlier one. And yes, he was able to look at both of these contracts and gave his approval. late last week, which is why you don't have like an email confirmation.
That's
printed
fine.
out for you.
And so commissioners, just to share with you, I had a conversation with him in the hallway here. There's been quite a few of them that have made through, and they're asking him to review after we've passed it. And he was not comfortable with that. So I think we need to be a little more diligent on making sure that that he's viewed them before we pass them. That's my recommendation. Do you agree? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Jim. So with that being said, commissioners, are you comfortable with putting this on the 1221 action agenda?
I am.
Okay, same here. What else you got, Jim?
Well, I think I'm just going to make mention of this. I had a BECA contract, which is our status offender kids. This is like truancy, at-risk youth, child in need of services, and we get a contract for that. And I briefed it with you guys a couple months ago, and then the state changed some language in the contract, and so I rebriefed it with you guys, and I failed to get it on the action agenda. And so you guys are going to see this come up on the action agenda again. I think it's going to be on 1221 where all these will be on there. But if you guys are wondering kind of where that came from, you guys had already approved to move it to the action agenda, but I just wanted to bring it up again. Again, this is money's coming to us for these non-offender services, and the change that happened from the first briefing to the second briefing was the allowance of us to do some case management, which we were never able to do before. And so we now can take some of this money and get these families some services that we weren't able to provide before, because before it was only processing the petition. So again, that's just for your knowledge. And I talked to Mackenzie about this. So
Well, Jim,
so call that kind of an informal briefing on something you've heard a few times before. So.
I for one appreciate it, you bringing it up again if it's been a while, because we would question it. We do watch our calendars quite often and see the things that are on there. With that being said, are there any questions on this issue, commissioners, that you would like to revisit, or are we good to continue to move forward?
I'm okay moving forward.
Okay, we're still good to move forward, Jim. Thank you for bringing it
Great.
back to us.
And just as an aside, you may recall during the budget talks, this was one of the items that kind of changed our how we did our budget, and you guys looked at it as a maintenance request. So anyways, I think that's all we have for the courts at this point.
Thank you. Okay, do we have anything for Jim? Then I thank you very much, Jim, and Jamie, thank you. Welcome to our visual. Have a great day. With that, I see Loretta is on. Loretta, are you ready to go early? There she is. She keeps moving on me.
I'm getting there.
Are you comfortable and ready to go early, Loretta?
Yep, we're ready to roll.
Okay, then we're going to go ahead and move right into Public Works, Loretta Swanson.
Okay, yeah, and hopefully, I think Richard's jumping on here in a minute. So I just heard a Richard woohoo down the hall.
What does that mean?
I hope that means he's ready to rumble. Our first item, commissioners, we have a supplemental with Gibbs and Olson. And this is simply to extend their contract through next year. You might recall that they are wrapping up a design for our water and sewer extension here to the Public Works facility. And we're in the very closing throes of that business. So this is simply to extend that contract. There is no change in the dollar amount. And we're happy to bring this process to a close. Excited to get that completed.
Commissioner, are you comfortable just changing the end date on this?
I am.
We all are, Loretta.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next up, Mike's got a bridge inspection agreement with DOT.
Woohoo! Oh, sorry.
There you go.
So this is just renewal of the existing agreement with DOT. What we do is we utilize them for what they call a U-bit, and a U-bit is the under bridge inspection equipment. And they also do some of the underwater inspections on a few of our, a couple of our bridges, such as Harstein Island, Stretch Island, you know, the larger structures like that. So just updating the existing agreement.
Any questions, commissioners?
Hey.
Nope, we're all good.
Thank you.
Richard.
All right. News release. Free Christmas tree recycling. Mason County announces free Christmas tree recycling available at the following locations starting December 27th to January 10th. Shelton Transfer Station located at 501 East West Hills Hill Road in Shelton. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Belfair Solid Waste Drop-Off Facility located at 2001 Northeast Sandhill Road in Belfair. Business hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Customers of Mason County Garbage and Recycling Curbside Service can cut up their trees and stick them in their cart as part of the regular pickup. Please note that all trees dropped off for free recycling at county facilities must be free of tinsel, decorations, and flocking. Wreaths and garlands will not be accepted for free recycling since these items contain wires and can therefore not be recycled.
Will you be reading this on the tomorrow's meeting, the 21st? Which one were you prepared to read it to the public also? Because we had that last month, we had that somehow get slipped in another department. We'd be okay with reading it to the public on the 7th or the 21st?
You bet.
Thank you. Commissioners, y'all good with this?
Yeah, happy to see that it extends past Epiphany, so that's good for those of us that like to keep our trees up.
Yeah.
But not into February.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't bring mine down. All right. Thank you very much, Richard. Loretta, what else you got for us?
Oh, that's about it. Tonight we've got the Planning Advisory Commission meeting to discuss the Belfair Planned Action, EIS. So I'll be participating in that this evening. Mike and Dave met with DOT last week to discuss the intersection of Sand Hill and SR 300 and have some ideas that they are moving forward on there to improve make some intersection improvements there.
Is one of them lighting?
They did discuss illumination, yes.
Okay.
So we're putting together a plan and following up with PUD regarding that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been to that corner, it's historically been bad. It's not something new, and they've taken it back, but it's on a curve, and there's only so much you can see. And when somebody's rushing through there, wow, it's a dangerous place. But if you guys find a new option that could help alleviate that, that'd be wonderful. I'm just not sure what you're going to do because you're already cutting back a long ways.
Yeah, so some of the other things that we're looking at is the right of way itself and what additional clearing can be done to extend the visibility.
Wonderful.
Mike, any other ideas that were kicked around?
Yeah, just lighting and line of sight and then some additional sign work. They were talking about adjusting stop bars. I mean, they're just going to review it from an overall perspective. So DOT is agreeing with us about doing something, especially if we're willing to pay for it.
There's no homes right there. Have we considered rumble strip?
That would be one of the options too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I've learned if there's homes, don't put in a rumble strip, please.
Right.
Not a comforting lullaby, right?
Yeah. All right, commissioners, do you have anything for Loretta and staff?
Yeah, just a real quick thing, Mr. Chair, for Loretta. We had talked several months ago, probably at this point, about doing some timber cruising and harvesting.
Yes.
I know we have, as part of one of our pending agreements on the parcels up across from your building, some limitations, but on our other properties, have we pursued that any further, or do you have any updates on that? Or
Yeah, Commissioner Kelly has been finalizing some of the documents needed on the SEPA side for the class 4 sites. and working with the consultant, and I believe everything is ready to go. She just had some last minute items that the consultant needed to address, and then we'll put it out to bid.
Okay.
And speaking of that, I don't know if anybody is in any of the loop, but the parcel on property 4, there was a rescission on it.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why is their concern over a gopher, even though there was conversations of things that could maybe mitigate or how to handle that, they just didn't want to take that chance. And so we keep that in mind whenever we do any type of logging, of course, but thinning, we should be fine. I just wanted to throw that out so the commission were aware that those conversations occurred.
Appreciate that.
Okay, anything else for Loretta? Hearing none, thank you very much, Loretta and staff. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, commissioners. You too.
So now with that, commissioners, we were able to get to the final part, which is our commission discussion. I already asked that before. Does anybody have a discussion for amongst the commissioners?
I do not.
I don't, and Commissioner Schutte, you really don't have to put my tree up. I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't have a good excuse now that we've wrapped up early.
Yeah, I know. Well, everybody, I appreciate the heck out of all of you, and I'm glad we were able to get done early. And Commissioner Trask, thank you so much for showing up on this one today. It was important. I know we took away from your day, and our apologies to your husband.
That's okay. He's in the pool, so I'm sure he's happy.
Take a lap for Randy and me.
Yeah, half a lap from me. I'm not. No,
I'll tell him to take the lap. I'm not doing it.
So with that being said, I will entertain a motion.
Move we adjourn.
I'll second.
It is moved and seconded. We adjourn here. No objection. We are adjourned. Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.